Yeah, that was miserable, but you know what? It's all good. I stuck to my plan, scaled out. Nvidia was a great trade. I'm happy for the people that stayed in and got crazy gains. I'm very happy for you guys. I'm never gonna have FOMO like that. For me, it's like it's okay. There's always another trade, and that's I probably wouldn't have been sticking to my plan, being responsible if I was there for all 600% of that. Even in my main account, it's hard for me to hold something 600%. The last trade I did that for was Lucid, and it was one of those trades where I felt like it was going to go 700%, right? So, yeah, I do like Microsoft up there, no doubt. All right, quickly, guys, I want to kind of go over stuff for today. I just tweeted this, but it's a day to be a little bit careful. So here's my plan. Today is the day where we find out, are we seeing the start of the Christmas rally yesterday, or was it all one big fake out? Right? Because that second day is usually what gives you confirmation, right? So are we going to see, Nvidia back up above 326, right? Are we going to see that move back to all-time highs, or is this a fake out and then we're going to pull all the way back, right? It seemed like the reaction to the Fed meeting yesterday was so aggressive, right? Everybody bought that dip. We saw, I think Nvidia was up like 9%, including after hours yesterday. That's insane, right? 9% move. It was like 7% of that was, or 8% of that was like intraday. It was crazy, guys. So just remember that things just ran like crazy yesterday into the close. So today it would be, pretty logical to expect some type of pullback. Nothing crazy. I'm not saying we're going to see anything that I'm not saying we're even going to see a trade that I feel like is A plus enough to take to the short side. But what I am saying is that there's a pretty decent shot. We're at least going to probably retest this 307 level on Nvidia, if not this 304 level, right? So you just have to be more careful today. And I think that today is going to give us this confirmation of, okay, listen, it's Christmas rally time, right? The dip's over, type of deal. And then I think if we see that, then we'll see that rally kind of spill over to the other names, like cult names like AMC, and you'll see names like Lucid bouncing, right? All those super high growth names, lower revenue names start to bounce a little bit, right? You can call it a dead cat bounce, you can call it a Christmas rally, whatever you want to call it. I think if we see mega caps make new all-time highs, you may see that money kind of start to really flow into those mid caps that have been really beaten down. Yeah, Roblox does look good. Yeah, I think as long as the VIX stays sub 20, we should be good. Also, the big thing would be, is the S&P going to make new all-time highs, right? So let's quickly talk about the S&P 500, guys. Did make, those new all-time highs, right? And then the real question is, can we hold that previous resistance as support now, right? That's the big question. So on the S&P, guys, what I'm going to look for is this 472 level to hold. If we can hold this 472-ish level, then, I think we are set up nicely for a move to the upside. I'm going to use my level as 471.60. That's going to be that point that I'm looking at. So that's kind of like the spot to keep on watch. Other names that I want to focus on today, Nvidia. I would like to see a retest of 307.49, so 307.50. This is a big level on the hourly chart, guys. So no longs for me until we either retest that and bounce, or we break 313, right? Because we know how big of a level 312.75 is. It's been a level for the past 2 weeks. We know it's going to be a big level today. If we break that 312.75, 313 level, guys, I'm going to look for that move to 325 plus, right? So 325, 326, that is the major resistance on the daily chart, guys. I cleared out all my levels pretty much earlier today and kind of started off fresh. But if you look at the daily, guys, If we get above 326, we can probably see new all-time highs. If we don't, then, we're going to kind of be stuck down here. So, again, watch for that bounce off of 307.49 off open. Today, I'm going to wait for that really A-plus setup on NVIDIA and then take it from there. SPY did rip. Crazy. So that's my plan on NVIDIA. If it breaks under 300, that's why I said consider the 300 puts. Under 300 can probably see a nice move to the downside. Personally, I would use that 298.97 area, but I think once you see the psychological level of 300 break, that'll be the real trigger to the downside, right? So that's my plan on NVIDIA. As far as AMD goes, this is a setup I'm watching, but not probably one of my favorites. Personally, I'd rather play NVIDIA than AMD just because I like how it moves a lot better. Obviously, going to look for 147 to hold. If 147 holds on NVIDIA, guys, that would be a good sign for the chip names. Remember, guys, that whenever I'm trading NVIDIA, I have AMD open on a different chart, right? Always, because, AMD or NVIDIA tends to follow AMD a lot of the time. So, a couple other names that I do want to watch is Lucid. So, guys, this is a name that if the rest of the growth names rip, this can be a really sick trade if we can get over that 41, 90-ish level, right? And that's been a huge level, not only on the hourly, but if we look at the daily, guys, we come out to the daily, and here's a really good view of Lucid. If we get above 41.90, then we can see a move probably to that 45, 46 area. So keep that on watch heavily today. If we see big bounces in Tesla, all these speculative names, I think Lucid will be one of the first names to bounce alongside those other names, right? So if you're seeing a really strong day in Tesla, right? So for example, Tesla's getting back over 1,000, that's going to be my sentiment trigger to go long, right, on Lucid. So I think that could provide a really amazing opportunity, especially with it being Thursday, guys. I'm obviously still going to trade weeklies today. And I think that can be a really, really good move. Pre-market high here, 41.97. So use that as the trigger, right? 40.90 is the level. 41.90 is the level. 41.97 pre-market high. That's going to be the trigger, in my opinion, today. Look for a move over that. If we see it, I think we rip really hard, guys. But again, it's never super easy in this market, so you have to wait and let that opportunity kind of present itself. Yeah, NVIDIA tends to follow AMD right now. I don't know why, but yesterday AMD was the leader. AMD would make a big move to the upside, and then NVIDIA would follow. So that's why I've been keeping AMD up lately. So Lucid, a major watch for me. Again, guys, 41.97 really going to be that call trigger for me, as that is the pre-market high. I'm not as much interested on the downside with Lucid. However, if it does break 40, I think you have a pretty good shot to probably see that, 37, 38 level again. But again, like I said, guys, before, for me, I really do think the upside is going to be the move today. I think that, we saw that major dip a few days before that Fed meeting, and now I think it's really go time, right, in terms of, where we're headed next. So you could look at kind of deeper out of the money calls on Lucid for next week. Personally, I'd probably look at weeklies. Options seem to move a lot better towards the end of the day yesterday, so just keep that in mind. SoFi looks good. Dude, SoFi looks really good for long-term ads, by the way, guys. I looked at this the other day. I'm probably going to add some more in my long-term account just because of the fact that if you look at the daily here, guys, every single time SoFi has touched this level, we've talked about this a bunch. Every single time SoFi comes down to 13, 14, we tend to see a major bounce to 25. One of these days we will break 25, and this channel will be a long distant memory. But just remember, for right now, guys, 12 to 13 or 13 to 14 is a great ad spot on SoFi. You could trade it within this channel if you want. This move has happened now 3 times. I would be surprised if it doesn't happen again. whenever like UPST and names like that get hot. So nice. Yeah. SoFi are great long-term ads in my opinion. So last name I do want to talk about quickly, guys, is Apple. Personally, where this looks good to me is if we see a move to the upside over all-time highs. So if we do see that $3 trillion market cap come into play, again, over 182, you could probably play like the 185 weekly calls on this. That really looks good to me. But again, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not, married to the fact that we're going to be long side, like bullish today. I'm just taking it day by day, right? Like, so hour by hour, no need to try to predict the future. The best thing that we can do is focus on the present, right? So, and trade what's in front of us. So NVIDIA, just to recap quickly, top watch for the 1K account challenge today is going to be NVIDIA over 313 for a move to 325. I think that looks like the best setup for today if we are going to go long on things. It's been a huge level on that hourly chart, guys. And if we look, right, we have a pretty clear move to the upside over that level. So I'm definitely going to be watching that very, very closely. It's also shown some serious relative strength. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. Again, Lucid will be the top watch for me over 42, right? So 41.97 is our pre-market high here, guys. I'm going to be looking, right, for a break over 42, right? So over 41.97 if you want to be technical. Over 41.97, I think we're going to see a move to 45, 46. So I would consider the $42 calls over 41.97, right? It's Thursday. If you're going to play weekly options, you got to go closer in the money, especially in this market. So instead of going 10% out of the money, I'm going to go directly in the money and play those $42 calls, right? So that is my trade plan for today. I'm not going to probably trade the open, anything crazy. What I am going to look for is that dip on NVIDIA in my main account, right? So I don't want to trade the small, like those kind of like more, bigger picture scalps on the 1K challenge. What I do want to do is I want to be able to, take that trade on my main account, kind of get in a good flow and rhythm, and then start doing the 1K account. And I know a lot of people have trouble trading the open. It gives me a lot more time to give the trade out right beforehand. So again, looking for dips off of 307.49 on NVIDIA. Pre-market, that's, pre-market lows 307.50. So again, pre-market high 312.67. That actually coordinates perfectly with our key level right there at 312.75. It's within 10 cents of it. So looks good. NVIDIA curling over VWAP here. Again, we'll be watching dips versus 308, 307.50. We see a dip, down. If we go under 309 off open, we're going to see 307.50. That'll probably be, kind of my ad spot on the focus setup, right? Oh, and there goes NVIDIA. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get the focus setup out. And we will absolutely kill it today, guys. Looks like NVIDIA is getting some serious volume right now. I got to check out scans. But, yeah, Roblox looks good too, guys. Roblox, Microsoft, other names that look really good today. Personally, until the market really starts to heat up, I'm going to kind of stick with what I'm really comfortable with. And then, Roblox is a name I am comfortable with, but that volume yesterday was a little bit weird. So I kind of want to give it a day to just relax a little bit. But Roblox does look good. Yeah, over that 104 level, right, can see a big move to the upside. Again, it's already seeing a pretty nice sympathy bounce. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started on posting the focus setup, which is probably going to be the NVIDIA trade, and then we'll go ahead and get started today. All right, guys, I'll see you on Twitter, Discord. Peace.